Feel like I'm breathing my last breath. Feel like I'm walking my last steps. Look at all of these tears I've wept. Look at all the promises that I've kept. I put my heart into your hands. Here's my soul to keep. I'll let you in with all that I can. You're not hard to reach, and you've blessed me with the best gift that I've ever known. You give me purpose. Yeah, you've given me purpose. Thinking my journey's come to an end. Oh, sending out a farewell to my friends. For in peace, ask you to forgive me for my sins. Oh, would you please? I'm more than grateful for the time we spent. My spirit's at ease. I put my heart into your hands. Learn the lessons you teach. No matter when, wherever I am, you're not hard to reach. And you've given me the best gift that I've ever known. You give me purpose every day, and you give me purpose in every way. Feel like I'm breathing my last breath. Feel like I'm walking my last steps. Look at all of these tears I've wept. Look at all the promises that I've kept. I put my heart into your hands. Here's my soul to keep. I'll let you in with all that I can. You're not hard to reach, and you've blessed me with the best gift that I've ever known. You give me purpose. Yeah, you've given me purpose. Thinking my journey's come to an end. Oh, sending out a farewell to my friends. For in peace, ask you to forgive me for my sins. Oh, would you please? I'm more than grateful for the time we spent. My spirit's at ease. I put my heart into your hands. Learn the lessons you teach. No matter when, wherever I am, you're not hard to reach. And you've given me the best gift that I've ever known. You give me purpose every day, and you give me purpose in every way. I put my heart into your hands. Here's my soul to keep. I'll let you in with all that I can. You're not hard to reach, and you've blessed me with the best gift that I've ever known. You give me purpose. Yeah, you've given me purpose. Thinking my journey's come to an end. Oh, sending out a farewell to my friends.
Described as the lovable scallywag, the man who has lived in most states of Australia and you might say got into some mischief as a young fella. Bryan had a strong sense of social justice and was known to stand up for the underdog, which often landed him in trouble. School wasn't his first love, and hence he joined the Navy at 16 years old. He found love early, but it was true love. It was genuine. His other loves were his family, water skiing, shooting, which he learned from his dad, and of course, his motorbikes. His sense of humour was legendary, with two famous quotes. Straight from Monty Python, "I'm Bryan," and so is my wife. And when asked, "How many horses you got, Bryan?" "I don't know, too bloody many." There was no number. But I am far less qualified to talk about this great man than his family and his friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to read to you a eulogy written by Janine. Bryan was born on the 1st of October 1961 in Eildon, Victoria, second son of Maureen and John Crook. He was very close to his two brothers, Rick and Adrian, and adored his younger sister, Victoria, who he called Buff. I remember him telling me stories of his childhood in Eildon, tales of water skiing and childhood pranks like blowing up letterboxes and pinching the milk money. The Crook family moved around a bit and finally settled in Parkwood in Perth, where I first met Bryan. Bryan's brother Adrian attended Linwood High School, where I was in year 10. Adrian introduced me to Bryan when I was 15 and a half years old, and Bryan was 18 and a half years old. Bryan had joined the Australian Navy in 1978 at the age of 16, when he learnt his trade as a diesel fitter. Being in the Navy meant he was often away, but when he was home, he always spoiled me. Taking me out to dinner, the movies, the drive-ins, he was a true gentleman. Always opening doors, letting me enter the room first. Bryan owned an orange two-door Monaro, and I was the envy of all the girls at school when he picked me up. When we had been dating for a year, Bryan proposed with a lovely ring. I said yes, but wasn't ready yet, so asked him to wait a few years. This ring would be a sign of our promise to each other and our lifelong friendship. In 1982, we bought our first home in South Lakes. Shortly after this, the Navy wanted to post Bryan over east, and he decided to leave after 8 years of service. After leaving the Navy, Bryan started his own earthworks business with a bobcat and a truck. He then moved into the mining industry, doing fly-in, fly-out work at Uluna Gold Mine. In 1984, Bryan proposed for the second time, in the bathroom of all places. We had the perfect wedding in December 1986, despite the summer heat, and complete with apricot, taffeta and a baby's breath in true 1980s wedding. Bryan then spent time driving trucks in his brother's transport business. Our daughter Elise was born in 1990. Bryan always liked to joke. Elise was conceived in the back of a truck, but I have always disputed this. We moved to a small acreage in Kenwick in 1991, and our family was completed in 1992 with the arrival of our son, Aidan. In 1993, we made the move to the country settling down and growing roots in the small town of Crook. This was the perfect place to raise our family. We made wonderful, lifelong friends who we've shared many great times with. Water skiing and camping at the dam, going fishing and catching marrons. Initially, Bryan continued FIFO work in the mines, but he soon became tired of being away from his family and started his career at Alcoa in Wagerup, starting as a diesel fitter and working up to powerhouse supervisor. Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. Again, big fish, little fish, cardboard box. Big fish, little fish, cardboard box. Bryan, that was for you. Bryan loved being part of the Crook Bush Fire Brigade, serving for 26 years with 11 years as captain. He was recently honoured with a life membership, which meant so much to him. He was on holiday in our bus in Bustleton when the dreadful Yarlers fire started in January 2016. Friends helped him quickly pack up the bus so he could head home to help out. He raced the old 1956 Bedford bus through all the roadblocks with his best mate, Uno, the Electus Parrot, sitting on his shoulder. He coordinated and guided the firefighters to protect Crook as the fires circled around. Bryan retired in August 2019 after 25 years at Alcoa. Sadly, he did not get to enjoy his well-deserved retirement when he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer just the following month. He was determined to fight, and he gave it all his might during his 13-month battle, keeping as fit as he could by swimming each day. Even in the last couple of months, he continued to keep himself busy building model planes. He showed us all the strength and love for his family with his determination to stay home until the end. He passed away peacefully at home on the 28th of October, just weeks after his 59th birthday. Bryan was a great friend, valued community member, and a man admired and loved by all who knew him. I loved him from the moment I met him, to the best friend, husband and father I could ever have wished for. The world has lost a true gentleman. I love you forever and always, from your bright eyes, Janine. Beautiful words, Janine. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, what a turnout. Huge. Just goes to show the love that he had for everyone here, and also the love and respect everyone had for Barney. If I do start crying, I'm sure Barney would be particularly prepared. I know. So from his little sister and from the Pianta family, Barney, my dearest big brother Barney, a brother I idolised when I was a young girl and couldn't wait for him to return from home from being away. My given name for Bryan was Bubba, and in the most recent years that had changed to Bubby. Bryan has a special place in his heart for his little sister, Vicky, carrying around a baby photo in his wallet the whole time he was in the baby. Definitely a big softie, as we would all know. Barney and I shared a special interest together, researching their family military history of their grandfather, Mac, lasting over the past 16 years, and only 6 weeks ago they both made a new discovery about their grandfathers. This passion that I shared with Barney will forever be treasured in my heart. Bryan's love for his military history was expressed through his models, building World War II planes, and his most recent accomplishment was his model of HMO Sydney. Barney was also very proud of his achievements, especially that of his Beaufighter plane and ammonia. This is the aircraft that her grandfather flew in World War II. Memories. I will always hold dear in my heart that of many weekends of camping, water skiing at Wanneroo Dam, and antics with Barney will always get up to, and how much of a happy camper he was, especially after his early drinks.
Uncle Barney, I'll forever remember you as the big softy who wore his heart on his sleeve. You're a beautiful soul who always stayed true to himself. I admire the person you were, especially proud of being a volunteer firefighter for Crook. Described how devastating the Yale fires were and how hard this was on you. You managed and took it all in your stride. As part of your life embodied your true character, selfless, caring, and brave among many other things.
We've lost an amazing brother, mate, inspiration, and I'm honoured to and privileged to be one of your brothers. We are hard working for your canoe, Elise, Aidan, Mum, Vicky. We've lost the best ever husband, father, son and brother. Our family's hearts go out to all that knew him. He was an amazing, faithful friend to me. You're also the best and coolest uncle to our twins, Abby and Matilda, who spent countless weekends with you both in cooking up, riding horses, camping, shooting, catching marron, probably illegal, on the back of your bike, on the short tours, the ultimate family fun part. Your love of life, Bryan, extends not only to your family, but the local community, friends, and the cooking up fire brigade. It's amazing to see all you guys here. Whom he served for over 2 decades and 11 years as captain. He spoke fondly about it to me and how proud he were to be a part of the team. A couple of things that stick out of our life together as teens and in our early 20s. The flogging you gave me at 16 when you found out I was doing bog laps in that orange Monaro over the water. You were away in the Navy. It was a good one. The numerous times we're out drinking with our mates after a skinful, they'd always go out to the car and have a snooze. Nothing's changed. When it was time to go home, we would draw straws as to who was going to get him out of the driver's seat. Problem was, Bryan wasn't a fan of being woken up after a session on the bush tour, and he'd come out swinging. After a short career boxing in the Navy, it was wise to run after you poked that bear. Thank God you mellowed in your older years and just fell asleep. You grew into the most patient, gentle man, just like our dad and Rick, and you shared many passions with them. Your beloved Sydney Swans, the military and its history, building models, motorbikes older than you, exotic birds, and Anzac Day, and the subsequent search for you under that tree you laid down for your sleep. Saying I have countless memories of you, and I'll be eternally grateful for sharing them with you. Blowing up brother Rick's model planes with firecrackers, just hanging, working on our cars with Dad in the front lawn and parked with the engines and parts strewn everywhere, much to Mum's disgust. The numerous dust-ups we'd had at pubs, it's always good having you on our team when you weren't asleep in the car. The day you got married, it was so friggin' hot. You remember that? Your excitement when your kids were born. The last time you and Rick and Dad were together, my 50th birthday. Dancing all night at your niece Jessica's wedding. Flying a squirrel down to their house and taking you all for a flight. It was so chuffed. And doing wheelchair wheelers outside the Harvey Hospital that made you laugh. And the last birthday we had together as we shared as a family. Your last wish was to leave this earth in the comfort of your own home. Janine, you made this possible with help from Aidan and Elise. It was by no means an easy task. You were an amazing wife, mother and friend. I will remember you, Barney, as a happy-go-lucky, patient, gentle man. He'd like the simple things in life. There was absolutely nothing complicated about him. You so dearly wanted to stay with us before praying to the last weeks, and in the last week we finally said that this bullshit is bad enough. I have no doubt that you will courageously resign to your fate as this disease time its grip on your beautiful soul. The last and most important memory to me was holding your hand, hugging you, and telling you I loved you just a few short days before you left us. I love you, Barney, and I wish you Dad. Our family would sincerely like to thank you all for your support and travelling to Bunbury today. Barney would have been very humble, and the love and best wishes here today is to pass.
The 2005 AFL Grand Final, where Sydney Swans took home the flag over West Coast Eagles. Beating West Coast Eagles while sitting in their section is a memory I'll cherish forever. Dad always came to watch and support every game of football I played. One of my favourite pictures was taken back in 2014 when I played in the Waroona Reserves Premiership team. After having a few too many celebratory drinks, Dad and I had both passed out on the bench in the change room.
You wonder if you knew how incredibly grateful we felt to have you in our lives. We sit here wondering if we thanked you enough for all the things you've done for us. Did we thank you enough for all the time you were there by our sides to help, support and guide us? Did we thank you enough for all the times you celebrated our successes and helped us understand our defeats? Did we thank you enough for teaching us by example to value hard work, good judgment and integrity? Did we thank you enough for teaching us patience, to take our time, not to rush things? We wonder if we thanked you enough for the sacrifices you made for our family so we could live a happy and quality life. And did we thank you enough for the simple things, like your laughter, jokes, smiles, and just the time we shared together? Then we are thanking you now, hoping you knew all along how much you meant to us.
One day back in January 2016, when I truly met a man whose mere acquaintance I have been. A man simply met in passing, but I never really knew. A friend of friends I've had that they'd introduced me to. The man I met, as it turned out, was Bryan bloody Crook. Average Aussie flamin' guy when I took my first look. Smoker of the herring, lover of the brew. When Australia Day came round, he celebrated with his crew. A family man at heart, and proud he was of that, but seriously he took it when he donned the leader's cap. Captain of local bush brigade, a bloody decent bloke, he lifted and inspired us with every word he spoke. He prompted and encouraged to join the team he proudly led, the crew that gave their all in times when they felt left for dead. A man of honour and integrity, of which few will never achieve. Here's to Bryan bloody Crook, humble captain and hero to me. There's no doubt in our minds of the wonderful husband, brother, friend, father and man Bryan was, and through your families, his legacy will live on. Now, how do you capture a life like that lived by Bryan Crook in pictures? Bryan was born in 1961. Let us all look down the lens now as we remember his life through pictures and music.
walk of life. Yeah, you do the walk of life. It's just a song ain't only trouble and it's
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean.
used to day, I didn't know what to say, so I just hung up the phone. I took a walk to clear my head. This is where the walk-in led. Can't believe you're really gone. Don't feel like going home, so I'm gonna sit right here on the edge of this pier. Watch the sunset disappear and drink a beer. Funny how the good ones go too soon, but the good Lord knows the reasons why, I guess. Sometimes a greater plan is kind of hard to understand. Right now it don't make sense. I can't make it all make sense. So I'm gonna sit right here on the edge of this hill, watch the sunset disappear, and drink a beer. That we used to sit right here on the edge of this pier and watch the sunset disappear